Darn it. There's your cold open. Space Invaders. This is the Game Boy version of Space Invaders being played on a Super Game Boy. So there's a bit more to this game than would be possible on the original Game Boy, apparently. So here's what we're going to do. Jeremy Parrish over at NES Works did an interesting video about this Game Boy game. That also has some added features on the Super Game Boy versions. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play the Super Game Boy version. And let's see what happens. Because I don't think it really adds anything other than color and a few more options, I suppose. I can press the X button to switch to the Game Boy palette, so I guess we can try that first. Score advanced table. Ooh, I don't know how... I used to play this game, obviously, on the Atari 2600. Correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first major video game in Japanese video game history. Like, it wasn't... Hyankyo Alien was apparently earlier. And I played the Game Boy port of that on this channel. This is apparently the first Japanese blockbuster in video gaming. So, I think for America, you would say it was what? Either Donkey Kong or Pac-Man. Or Galaga. This is apparently the OG for Japanese video gaming as far as, like, blockbusters are concerned. It is the... not Birth of a Nation. It's not the... We'll just say it's the first blockbuster of the Japanese video game scene. Well, if we play in black and white, what's going to happen? What does cellophane mean in this context? What's cellophane mean in this context? So yeah, Space Invaders. How do you play Space Invaders? Well, you just, shoot the aliens who march in a straight line, then they drop a row, and then repeat the process. There's a strategy to this. I forgot what it is. We'll work on that in a second. There are shields in this game that are depleted as they get hit by missiles, so keep that in mind. You can only have one bullet on screen from your ship, so keep that in mind as well. I think I can hit the saucer. So you can't hit the missiles on the way down. Okay. Okay, we got a problem. Yeah, if your aim is good, you can hit the missile on the way down. So I don't think you could do it on the 2600 version. Yeah, I think if you could line them up, you can eventually... I think apparently if you pinch the sides, that seems to be a legitimate strategy. I forgot what the strategy was there. I've played this game like a couple of dozen times back in the 80s. I've rarely played it since then. I don't think I've touched this game since like the 1990s. This is the early 1990s. And that would have been the 2600 version that I was playing. Because I don't think I've ever played the arcade version. Let's see what color does. Doesn't look like color to me. Oh, there you go. Press the X button to switch to color mode. Honestly, I prefer Galaga. What are you going to do? They seem to be doing like a ZX Spectrum thing where they're just... every column is a different color. So there's color cycling going on as you change columns. Rare did that on a couple of Game Boy games, which I thought was amusing. I think they also did it on the, what was it? On the title screen for RC Pro-Am 2. As a way to get more colors on screen. It's a weird sort of software engineering trick, I think. Got him. You gotta lead them with your shots a little bit. You gotta be precise. You can't have that many bullets on. You gotta be precise. You can't have that many bullets on the screen. Got it. It's gonna get real in a second. got him. Wow. That was dicey. Guess that missile stopped my bullet. Old video games. They're good at one thing. Got extra life, I guess. I was eating away at my shield there. And the stereo spectrum gets abused based on where your ship's located, which I think is interesting. Yeah, I think the stereo spectrum's reversed. It's coming from the wrong direction there. What are you gonna do? Got him. I was trying to hit the alien. What are you gonna do? You're gonna take those points. Ah! Crap. The game's not that hard. It's just... Look, it is what it is. It's Space Invaders. What do you want? Something fancy? I want to say there was a remake on the DS about a decade ago, wasn't there? Don't remember the name. Ah! Sloppy. I got high score. Okay, so not going to enter in our name, are we? So how do we back out of here? I'm after restart. Yeah, I'm after restart. Give me a second. Look, it's Space Invaders, okay? I mean, I paid like what, $2, $3 for this game. I'm not complaining. I think it was included as part of the pawn shop lot that I purchased. I got like 6 or 7 Game Boy games for like $10. I wasn't gonna complain. Some of them are reasonably valuable. Like apparently the Flash is a more expensive game than I thought it was, but I'm probably not gonna like that game at all. How could you do the Flash on Game Boy, really? Like imagine doing a Sonic the Hedgehog game on Game Boy, right? How could it possibly work? Impossible, I would argue. So let's play the OG, I guess. We're gonna play the OG in stereo. Every extra extend. 3 lives is fine. We can play in stereo. Ooh, we can play in stereo. Yeah. But apparently this version is only available on the Super Game Boy. So I guess if you're playing this on a regular Game Boy, you don't have this particular option, I don't think. Oh well. Again, Jeremy Parrish goes into more detail about this, but he cares way more about Space Invaders than I ever will. The chores of being a video game historian. Yeah, there's no way you could do this on a Game Boy. Looks like, yeah, it's one of those cellophane backgrounds they used to put... one of these cellophane overlays they used to put on these arcade cabinets, I suppose. It's Space Invaders. What do you want? Do, 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 do. Bomb music, am I right? Yeah, whiffed on that. I want to say the 2600 version was way easier. But maybe it was because I was playing with difficulty sliders. You gonna hit him? Nope, we're not gonna hit him. We took out a line of them, took out a column of them. Yeah, I think that's the strategy, is to take out a column of them from the edges. Because the columns determine when they start descending. So the shorter the row, the longer it takes them to descend. reasonably well here. Got one. Last. Gotta line it up. Got what? It's always that one straight bullet. Yep. Right. Oh, pfft. That was just sloppy. That's all that was. Oh, come on. Jeez. I mean, look, it's Space Invaders. I might play one more game. I used to play this game in like 10-minute bursts when I was a kid. Occasionally getting UFOs, occasionally hitting saucers, and not making much progress. The game is what it is. It's vintage 1970s arcade gaming. And how many clones came out in the process? I lost track. Like Galaxian probably counts as a sequel to this. It's a way better game than this. Galaga's like the OG of these games, as far as I'm concerned. Like, that's the game you need. If you want to play this, just play Galaga. It's a much better game. Ah. Score. Got him. Ah! Ran right into that one. Missed. That's what get the guys on top while they're slow. There's an argument to be made that you should hit the guys on top first, because the guys at the bottom are a wider target. That! Do the bullets get faster? I know they get faster. Missed. Ah, crap! I was trying to set up another shot. Got one. Ah! Jeez. Ah! It's always that one last dude. Ugh. Well, I managed to win once. I got that satisfaction. The game's not bad. It's just extremely simplistic. Like, I can't give this game higher than a C because it's literally just what you saw. You can play for 10 minutes and it... Whoa. Hello. Yeah, this game is as old as I am. For better or worse. I got better, and so did video gaming. So that's pretty much all we need to know. So that's the Super Game Boy version of Space Invaders. Okay, look, if you want to know more about Space Invaders and its importance on Japanese gaming and the features that this game has over the Game Boy only features, Jeremy Parrish's video is the one you need to watch. Me, I don't care about Space Invaders. So he's going to give you more information than I ever could because I can't be bothered to play any more of this game than I already have. I played this game enough as a kid to know that I don't want to play it as an adult. It's a classic, but that's all I can really have to say about it. It is the great train robbery of Japanese video games, so it's whatever. So I recorded this on a Super Game. I played this Game Boy cartridge on a Super Game Boy on the original hardware, plugged into my Atrix RCA to HDMI converter, which is captured through my J5 Create USB capture device into my quad-core Windows 10 laptop, which is capturing this footage at 60 frames a second for some reason. You get all of the frames. So enjoy that. But, yeah. next. I'm going to have to play Mortal Kombat 2 eventually, aren't I? It's a shame, really.